Bado mapambano, mapambano, mapambano. Bado mapambano.
We go. Mama musilale.
Jenga na tangi tutajenga. Lale mama musilale. Bado mapambano.
Hello, let me show you something. This is $1.25, and where I live, it will buy you a very small cup of coffee. Millions of people around the world exist on less than this amount a day. Now, the numbers have gone down, but there's still a lot of work to be done. At a time when the world is looking at how to reduce extreme poverty, the spotlight has been turned on women. Wherever they have the opportunity to be actively involved in their local communities and economies, there are huge benefits to the people around them too. Global economists and researchers know that investing in women pays off. It's not just the right thing to do, it's smart economics because there's a ripple effect that spreads into the wider community. So let's take a look at how this works down on the ground. In this film, we head to Kenya, where our women making change are Rose Atiano and Catherine Ondele. They're using rainwater harvesting technology to bring clean water to villages. They know that in rural communities, it's the women who are water experts. You should see what they did with all that expertise.
In Kenya, all the people making water policies are all men. Yet men do not feel the pinch of going to get water from the river. They don't feel the pinch of when a child is diarrheaing. Who is taking the child to the hospital? It's the mother. Mother wants to deliver, and she has to deliver in a health facility, and there is no water in that health facility. She can't deliver there. When her child dies, she feels the pain. And the distance they go to look for water is terrible. This is a village called Odeso village. The only source of water here is this river. It's very dirty, it's very contaminated. So when we came to train and we tested the water, it was full of E. coli. So the people saw the need of having clean water. So for a woman, having safe water is a very key issue. And using water is an innovative way of empowering them. So when GWWI advertised that they were having some trainings on water, I applied. After the training, we came back to do some implementation. And the technology we had picked was rainwater harvesting. So this is the first tank we started with. We started with the water tank, and after some time, the women said they were going to control that water tank. This community is so empowered now, they started their own village savings account.
Number 16. The number 5. Number 13. Yeah.
Before we started any project here, I stayed with them for a period of 6 months. I was just capacity building them. So when we did this, our action plan had water as a priority, because water was a key problem. Girls were being raped on the way when they were going to look for water in the evening. There was a lot of diarrhea in this community. Then we said, what is the solution to this? Having clean and safe water. So when they planned about the water, then I went for the training. Then when I came back, I shared with them, and they bought into the idea. So this water has been helping these women. Every day somebody is in charge, you sell the water, keep the records, and at the end of the month, they calculate how much they have made, how much are they saving for the group, how much are they pumping into another project. Catherine has come to learn how she can use the same method for the project in Sisohe and start a village savings and loaning activity from the proceeds from water. Yes. This is their 5th year running since we started the project. But all this money is loaned out so that it grows. How much money is in circulation?
In these all 4 groups, we're about 2.1 M.
2.1 million.
Number 3. Number 3, 490.
A woman, eh? In a man, you can evidently see that the men are poor savers.
Okay.
The women are getting big chunks of money. 10 bob. Okay. Ngima ya maduo. Aya.
I was the first woman to plant trees on my area that even making bricks. Some of these things that I tried to do, they were more or less linked to when my marriage failed. I didn't get support so much from my community because they felt I had gone against so many taboos. But you know one thing, if you follow the culture and you are just empowering yourself with property, it doesn't make any meaning. I like living. I don't like living like a dead person. I just like doing my own things. I live my life. Ndimunasi sitikanga habalwaye nyola mbo wakati ya maji kali matiti mundu hata kenya hana keyuke na maji ka umauta akona sana uchafu bali kujaza nisibe sabi leta ya maji ka umao ne banyole hana mbo bali alala no lubanyala ne bambukise no ulwala hata njo kola hunju kubane the outbreak ulwala ngakore hanu kubana amaji amangi ne be sabe baholesi onya honyola ibinji bicho sibili kubaota. I had a problem of getting water in my facility. Actually, how I met Rose, her mother was sick, so she came to be treated. Them and told them that if we get water in the facility, it will really benefit the patients because most of the services we are unable to render because we don't have water. That's how I learned how to construct a tank.
Water for women by the women. Hey. We want the community to have ownership of whatever is happening around them so that as they sweat for it, as they struggle for it, then they would not want to see anybody destroy their water tank. We try to help them analyze their problems because we do not want to come with our own solutions. Whenever you see Rosemary coming in, you know there's money, but Rosemary may not have the money. So we start by changing that attitude to realize that our problems are ours and the solutions are actually with us. In the African tradition, women cannot do anything alone. They need the men's support. Even for us to come up with this tank here, the people who sit in the health center committee are basically men. So it's them who decide what needs to happen. So if we leave them alone, then they will say, what contribution do the women make in our society? But when they see them doing this and they see a water tank up, then they realize that the women also have something to contribute to the economy of their community.
Hani ni wasaidizi. Sasa natakana watusaidia hata kupata hata samani mama bachanga bakingu nasi. Ni baleka na kuwifire. Ifoko kanga na bakinga. Anyala ho fukiro ho lakini ndisa ho rusa tawla kingire kasi yani.
Tomorrow we are finishing the work. Thursday we are starting to plaster the inside. Friday, we are putting the roof. Saturday, it is raining. And Sunday, our tank is done. I have a passion for women and girl child. When my mother was married, she had no control over anything. Even if she bought something and brought it to the home, she had no say over it. Everything was to be decided by the man. When it came to education, the boy was given the priority. So I said, oh my God, we are a disadvantaged lot. So it started growing in me that I need to be a different woman. And as I grow up, I should create a change in the life of women. This is one of the key primary schools in our home area here. So I thought it would be good to empower the girl child right from home. There is no water. So I'm thinking that even as I want to start the water project, this would be a very good entry point for me. Tono yudoko se puonja kaka inyalo los sanitary pads. Nikech naneno ni kakonyo nyathigi raboch monyalo borego kodhi skul, to tiende no biro bedo skul seche te. So what she has said, when you get home, you remove it from the bag, you get warm water or cold water if it's available, put some liquid soap. Do you know where to buy the liquid soap? Yes. Where? At Kanyangode. So you go there, you get some little soap. That soap is not very expensive.
Uchaguzi wa ubunge unatarajiwa kuandaliwa tarehe 5 mwezi Juni, huku ule wa urais ukiendelea na wakazi wa Jazeera. Akizungumzia wanahabari baadaye kwenye hoteli moja ya Jazeera, Kamishna Mitima alikuwa miaka 4
When I was thrown out, I was unable to pick anything from my house. I had to start from zero. They thought I could break, I would go into depression. But because of this women group, talking to people, being busy, actually I'm very healthy. I was able to maintain my kids in school. So I normally tell women that it doesn't matter whether a man leaves you. You have to live as a woman, and you have to do the woman's work. And you find that most of the chunk of the work done here is done by women. Initially, this hospital didn't have any source of water, and they were unable to carry out some activities because there was no water. After having the tank, actually the water was at hand. The money they were using for fetching water was reduced. At the same time, you find that now the place is clean. And then after we had empowered this place with the quantity of water, we end up also improving the quality of water by keeping them also balanced and filter. You can imagine we are getting 1 or even 0 delivery per month. But right now, in a year, we can deliver over 300. The government gives us money. We get 2,500 per delivery. When we got the first money, we were able to erect electricity in the facility, and they actually bought more delivery coach. It really made our hospital to shine. But you know what made it to be possible is that drop in a bowel, the water.
Nilikuwa nafikia sasa hiyo wanafanya tu, pengine watafanya saa nyingine vitu hii haitakuwa ya maana. Nilikuwa nafikia wanafanya tu, pengine haitasaidia. Lakini at the end of the day, tunafurahia hii kazi yenye walifanya. Nitafurahia tena. Tena nitaelezea watu ya kwamba tumeona ya mama hata imejengwa kushinda ya wanaume.
I like that. How money?
Naitwa nani?
Acha Josephine.
Josephine. Unapigwa najua. Amekuja shindano?
Amekuja kliniki sindano.
Okay. Sawa. Sawa. Ameshaonekana? Okay. Sasa si umweke kwa kivuli. Wamama, vibeti mtafute mahali ya kuweka.
Bado mapambano, mapambano, mapambano. Bado mapambano. Wiko. Mama musilale. Jenga na tangi tutajenga. Lale mama musilale. Bado mapambano. Well done.
When I was campaigning for that water tank, I was telling them that most deliveries come from this side. These people are walking over 25 kilometers at night to meet us, endangering their life. And you know, when you are somebody in labor walking that distance, it's actually too far for that patient.
Huko nyuma tumefunga vizuri? Sawa. Hii wire mesh pia tunataka kupigilia kwa tangi. Kwa nini? Ili tangi iwe na nguvu, si ndio? Kwa sababu maji ikianza kumwagika itaanza kuexpand. Sasa ikiexpand chuma inaishikilia na ile simiti yetu. She's still struggling. So we want her to deliver and the women should sing for her. Because she's a blessing to this. Tutaanza kupigia kwa kosi ya pili hapa, sawa? Ikienda juu. Kwa nini tunaanzia hapa tusianzie hapa chini? Ni hivyo tu. Tunaanzia. Pressure, nyingine. Hizo majibu zenyu zote ni sawa. Lakini sana kwa nini tunaanzia hapa? Lazima tuache mahali tutawekea mfereji. Upande ya kutolea maji na upande ya kutolea overflow. Sawa? Latest baby Jema. Nice, eh?
Unarisibia wapi daktari? Yesu ndiye mtarisibia wapi? Hapa. But I like kids. They come out with sucking reflex, you see? Now she wants to suck. You see? Tag is doing a lot of miracles here. These people, they are now able to conduct a delivery. And they actually, it's good when you implement something and then people are able to do such a work. I feel so proud.
My medicine for the pain. In the year 2012, a lump was detected in my breast. Then the doctor told me that he didn't have very good news for me, that I had been detected with cancer. When I got the news, I was shaken. I literally cried for 2 days. My mother and my grandmother taught me that you fail in your situations when you have a weak will. But when you have a positive will and you really want to go through it, you remain positive and do not stigmatize yourself. So I told the doctor, it's okay, book me in for the surgery. I will go. And my husband is funny. When my daughters were crying and saying, Mommy is going through a lot of pain, he was busy telling them, your mommy has become even more beautiful. I had long dreads. I went to the bathroom to wash my dreads. And you know what happened? The dreads remained in my hands. Then he asked me, do you need a wig? I told him, no, I will not put on a wig. I want people to know that you can go through a cancer problem, go through treatment, and still be strong and move on.
We are one. We are together. We are one.
The tank is it's now complete. Bang Dala Beach, wagero tangi, matingo lita par. Tangi ochung e gweng mar Sisohe. Gino no mora kabisa e wigni. Aparo ni e juma mabiro ni kakoth ochwe ne mine gi maber. Ma pi odonje tangi gi no. Taparo ni ngima gi dhi lokre. Ngima gi dhi lokre ni ya. So we give you 20 minutes, you'll be here. Okay, sir.
Aumane! Aumane! Hey! Hey! Hey!
So if one water tank can be reserved purely for the hospital, it will be well and good. And then the other one purely for the community that is going around. Then again, that will be okay.
Ingeni sami timo gimoro kihero na Nyasaye nyaka gwedhi. To sama ne watimo gini nanyiso minegi. Okaja koro gato wang ni chakoro modonjo. Nanyiso gini wagero tangi to kachopo chieng' mwatieke to koth nyaka chwe. To me, water is life. Once you have water in the house, then other things are solved. The time used to get water is reduced. The reduced time is translated into other development activities. These development activities within the community entirely changes the county, then the county changes Kenya, Kenya changes the world. So empowering a woman, to me, is changing economies. It's giving power.